Alright, we're going to graph this one in vertex form. So this will be on the no calculator section of your test. Alright, the no calculator section. So you can't plug this in your calculator, see what it looks like. You got to be able to do it by hand. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find our vertex. And we do that by looking at these two numbers. Now, if we remember correctly, this number here needs to be switched. So the sign needs to change. So we change this negative here to a positive. So I'm going to have positive 3, and then when I look at the 5 here, that stays the same. The one on the outside stays the same, so I get positive 5. So there's my vertex. Alright? My axis of symmetry is going to be the x-coordinate of my vertex. Alright? So I'm going to have x equals 3. My domain and range we'll get to in a second when we do the graph. Well, I guess domain, it's always all real numbers with parabolas, so we can just say all real numbers. The range we'll get to when we see a visual of the graph. One thing I forgot to put on here was a t-chart, so let's see if we can get a small t-chart in here and I can fit it. I know this one's going to be 3, 5. So my other numbers, I'm going to go one below 3, which is 2, and go one greater than 3, which is 4. To find my y values, this is x and y. To find my y values, I'm going to plug in my x. So I plug 2 in for the x right up here to get my y. So I'm going to have, so when I plug that in, let's see, I'm going to have 2 minus 3 squared plus 5. So I'm going to have negative 1 squared, which is 1 plus 5, and I get 6. If I do that for 4, I'm going to have 4 minus 3, which is 1. 1 squared plus 5 is, once again, 6. Alright, so I can plot these points. Let's go here. Let's go with the blue. Alright. So I have 2, 6. 2 and then 6. I have 3, 5. 3, 5. And 4, 6. So I've got those 3 points. Let's make this a little bigger. Oh, it's a little tough with my stylus that I have. Alright. So I got my 3 points. Connect the dots. I've got my parabola. And then my axis of symmetry, which is this guy right here. I can draw that. I'll draw it as a dashed line. That's usually how we do it. And the last thing that we need is going to be our range. So what I do is I look at my vertex here. And as I can see, this is a minimum because this is the lowest point the graph hits. Right here is the lowest spot of the graph. Well, my y value at that lowest point is this 5 right here. So I know that y is going to be either greater than or equal to, or it's going to be less than or equal to 5. Well, since my graph is pointing in the upwards direction, okay, it's pointing up, it's going to be greater than or equal to. So y is greater than or equal to 5. We got everything that we need. It's going to be just like this on the test with these, all these guys as your points. Got to make sure that you have the t-chart filled in, and we'll also have the graph over here. And you'll get full credit if you can do all that, and you'll be a happy camper.